Hello, phonograph thingy.
Dr. Ambrose, tell me about Adrena Time. What does it do?
Hasn't Clarence already dumped a pile of promotional materials on your head?
Where's the fun in that? My listeners want to hear it in your own words.
It's an injectable drug that improves a patient's speed, awareness, mental acuity, and endurance. In moderation, Adrena Time will uplift the laboring classes by strengthening their minds and work ethic.
That's quite the mission. What's driving this vision of uplift?
I am a solutions-oriented woman. I see a problem and I am moved to solve it. Poverty is one such problem. Through science, I believe we can improve the poor, and in so doing, improve Halcyon.
Yep. No. Like we got the red flags when we first heard the way that her daughter talked about the marauders and whatnot, and so it's no surprise that we hear this stuff and we're like, yep, wow, these guys, they just sucked. What, is that her daughter? Is it the same person? Whatever. But this is how they talk about the poor. Like they're poor because they don't deserve to not be poor. They earned their station of not being rich by just not having enough elbow grease or whatever. Because the people at the top work so hard by comparison. And so we gotta get like enhancement drugs that fuck up their lives in order to just get what we want out of them, and then they'll supposedly earn their station. Except they won't, because there will always be poor people, and those people will still be the same people by and large. All you're doing is pumping them full of drugs like a cyst pig in order to get what you want out of them, with the promise, the lie being that it'll somehow actually positively impact their lives, when it's going to ruin it while not actually uplifting them at all. It's just a really gross ideology. It's pretty fucked up shit. There's something still going on over here. Alright, I haven't tried to go in this front door yet, if I can. But also, we've already seen references to versions of how this goes badly. This is sealed. Because all it does is it starts turning them against each other, because then they like, there's this unethical drug that you don't want to take, but then you're punished for not taking it because of these different elements work together. Each of these different gross things doesn't exist in a vacuum. They compound upon each other and get gross collectively. Is there a way down? I mean, there's one way down. Think I'm gonna keep going until it wraps back around. Like, on top of having an unethical drug that fucks you up when you take it. Oh, this is blocked. They have this work culture where people are paid based on their performances. So you have one coworker that's taking performance-enhancing drugs that will ruin them, but in the meantime, they're putting out so much work that everybody else is being penalized for not being like them, which incentivizes everybody to do the thing that's going to ruin their lives. Hooray. And that's how you end up with crunch. And you have all these video game companies that are like, we didn't mandate crunch, but everyone just does it for the love of their job. And it's like, really? You didn't in any way encourage this internally with your office culture or any of your other behaviors? I'm sure you didn't. People love not seeing their families. They definitely do that for completely natural reasons and not because of the actual work job basically forcing them to, even if it's not through literal explicit threat of like, do this or we'll fire you. There's always more little tricks going on. Oh shit! Charles from accounting! It's the truck man, he's a truck. Did that even hit him? Oh, enemy killed.
Boss, did you see that?
He wasn't that, I mean, he was kind of tough, but he wasn't There are such more dangerous things around here. Defaced Moonman helmet. Special delivery. It's not even a good weapon. You didn't even have, you Charles from accounting, you didn't even have a good weapon, you weird shit mouth, whatever the fuck's happening there. Like, Jesus Christ, I don't like that. Just seeing the enemy pop up and he has the fucking Moonman helmet. And having the realization, even without reading his name, I'm like, oh my god, it's Charles from accounting. You doing alright? I don't think he's doing that right.
Great work.
It's what I do. Ding 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 ding. Sneaky, 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 sneaky.
Whoever was.
Goodbye to your... Oh no! Lucky Montoya! We found him. He is the dead.
So, like I was saying. Oh no. This whole time I've been hoping he was still alive.
Yeah, it's not great.
I stumbled onto something big. Bigger than Minnie Ambrose's journal. Spacer's Choice wasn't making Adrena Time for humans. They were making it for canids. The ads were all smoke and mirrors. There's no way they'd make something this dangerous for people. But why? To build an army? Like in the Archie Excelsior comics? To make them smart so they can do most of our jobs? To make them smart and give them thumbs so they can do all of our jobs? Only one way to find out.
Well, goodbye, Montoya. He's very dead here. Still feel like it's brave to be like, yeah, this was never meant for humans. Like, was it though? You don't think they wouldn't pump humans full of this shit the moment they could realize they can get away with it? Look at how effective it is. Whatever the goal was, it sure as hell ended up being used on humans. Alright, so we found Lucky Montoya. And that possibility scape has collapsed. Has collapsed. What the fuck sound did I just make? So we know he's not making it. That goes up there. Did I come from here? I came down here, right? Oh yeah, no, I definitely haven't been here. So if I go this way, eventually I should be able to find some of the other stuff. I'm sneaking. Bye. Got a whole camera angle and everything. Whoa, slow down. You good? I don't feel like looting at these people. They got their sprats, they got so many candles. Are these the dead? Package for Captain Babbage. To Captain B. Babbage and crew from a friend. Handle with care. This is frankly a bizarre amount of candles. It looks like a memorial? Yeah. They're still in a state where they do that? It seems like they were just murdering each other. You guys didn't aggro during the previous fight? It's awkward. Don't worry. I didn't forget you.
Watch this.
They just teleport. Suddenly, oh, there's a lot of enemies in this fight.
Nobody messes with you, boss.
Okay, there are fewer now. Ah! Ah! Where'd you come from? Spookums. I believe it cost me nothing to do that, so I'm just getting free experience, even if I don't care what's inside. I think my lockpicking skill is high enough that it doesn't cost me any lockpicks. Because like the number you spend is based on like how much of a gap there is between how hard to open it is versus how high your skill it is, how high your skill currently is. The grenade launcher 3. Wasn't Charles supposed to have a grenade launcher? I feel like he had a melee weapon, but I don't really know. He got knocked on his ass so fast that I don't think he really got a chance to do much in general. All I know is Charles from accounting is a pretty great name for a boss fight. A pretty solid choice made there. Barbershops had better days. Flashing some scary numbers at me. We good? Kind of surprised to see anything that looks like it's working, honestly. $103 armor. Alright, I'll just not die ever again, I guess. Sounds legit. 84. Jeez, guys. I'm sure some of these are things that I wanted because I wanted to have skill gear on hand, but at this point I'm just kind of done with the idea of micromanaging all this gear. Just get everything to the stuff that has high numbers. Intimidate plus 10. Fair enough. Oops. Wait, no. 4, 62, 62. Okay, we're fine. I meant to break down, but I think the hotkeys went away in that menu. Alright, let's value to weight ratio. All right. Just gonna sell off everything that's below a certain threshold and only look at like the top 3 weapons to see if they're worth looking at, and then get rid of those ones. All right, so this is like a rapid fire gun, not usually my thing. This is the contraband. Maybe give you that and see if it works out. Or are you heavy weapon only or something? I don't see any mention of it. What are your stats? Yeah, I don't think I see any mention that they specialize in a specific kind of weapon. I think I was just giving them whatever had the highest DPS, which tends to be heavy weapons. Might as well see what they do with that. Alright. That cleaned up my inventory a bit. Let's immediately fill it back up. Hello. Just another hunting rifle hyper, though. These things are just Urware. That's exactly what I've got right now, right? Yep. Hello. Would you like double the damage? Boy, howdy, would I? Alright, so how do I upgrade you? Let's repair everything. I don't know if I can upgrade things outside of a workbench. I think I can put mods in, but I'm not about to look at that giant screen of mods right now. Hey, I haven't accidentally healed for a while. We looked through most of here. I can wrap back around to my objective soon. It's like if I go right. Also eventually reach the captain dude. Captain McDude Pants. He's half dead. How is he not currently in the fight? Anyway. Goodbye, last guy. Were we? Isn't that where the barber? Yeah, we were right above him. Just didn't even notice us.
Folks used to live here. Folks just like us, Captain.
This sort of thing's happening all over the colony. Homes fall into pieces. People fall to pieces too. Except they turn marauder.
Yeah, you done making funny jokes about it, dummy? Hello. Oh, where'd the other guys go? Oh, there they are. Got off center. Get him with your billion damage gun, please.
Oh, that's the last of him.
You guys' gear catching up a bit? Yeah, so here's one of the things I'm actually here to see. Bunch of broken bottles. One of those poor guys. Trees that are trimmed to look like they're from, they're trimmed to look like they're from, like, Dr. Seuss shit. But even though it's been abandoned for ages, they're still perfectly groomed. Like, that doesn't make any sense. They definitely should have, lost their shape by now, since they seem to still be alive. Which I guess they would be. I'm gonna ignore that for a second, because I want to remember to check out these guys. There's a big old skeleton over here. And I already found what they're probably gonna go send me to find, so...
Wow. You ever seen bones this cool?
It actually looks like it's from Subnautica, so yes. What are we arguing about? The thing that I already got you for you?
Have you ever seen a finer specimen of a llama before?
The fuck did you just say to me?
I'm telling you, this isn't the rock. We need to turn back.
This is the spot! Now keep your eyes peeled. The dead drop is at the foot of the Alpaca, he said. And this is the Alpaca.
Llama.
What was that?
It's a llama we're after, sir, not an alpaca. And this is neither.
Llama, alpaca, same thing.
Llama.
They aren't the same at all, sir. Believe it or not.
Enough. We've got company. Out with it then. Who are you?
Steve Buckworthy, captain of the Unreliable. I don't have enough perception for this.
You're a captain. Oh, thank the law. We're saved.
Excuse me, first mate. We aren't in danger, and last I checked, I'm still your captain. We're on the hunt for a package. It's supposed to be at the foot of this handsome-looking alpaca-shaped rock.
Llama?
Oh, is there an alpaca-shaped rock? I thought you thought that was I thought you were so off from how extinct they are that you thought that skeleton was an alpaca.
This handsome-looking, llama-shaped rock. But the goods aren't here. Must have been stolen.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a made-up word.
Mister, I don't mean to tell you your business, but this here's a fossilized monster skeleton. Just about the coolest one I ever seen, too.
This is not a rock shaped like a llama. This is a fossil shaped like a fossil. Captain.
Could it be the fossil of a llama?
I highly doubt that. Can you believe this guy?
You're right about one thing, and it's definitely a fossil. Why is that an intelligence check? Is the intelligence check 2?
Thank you.
Hey, I do the talking around here. This is the right spot. I know it in my gut. But there's no package, and now my crew is insubordinate.
Probably because you're stubbornly sticking to the idea that you're right when all the evidence is counter to the idea that you're right. What's the story with the package?
My crew and I are in the, parcel delivery trade. Our client is waiting on a delivery of special medicine, and this asteroid is the handoff point.
Drugs.
He means drugs. It's a specialty cocktail of Adrena Time, pep pills, and dervish mist that our client takes to get out of bed every morning.
That's a bad idea. So you're drug dealers.
Llama.
Speak for yourself, llama boy. I'm getting out of this business as soon as we're done here.
Only problem is the damn parcel isn't where it's supposed to be. Whoever heard of a llama-shaped rock anyway? I mean, what are the odds?
Now I want to go back and see if that rock was llama-shaped. I'm pretty sure you're searching the wrong place.
Well, this is the only alpaca-shaped rock I've seen for miles, so let's agree to disagree.
Llama.
Llama. Sorry about my second mate. Ever since the crash, I can't squeeze a word of sense out of him.
You looking for this? I found it by a llama-shaped rock.
I told you. Didn't I tell you? How many times did I tell you, Captain?
I believe I owe you an apology, First Mate.
What?
It's true. I wouldn't know an alpaca from a raptidon, and as a captain, that's a mark against my good name. Can you ever forgive me?
Llama.
I don't know what to say.
I'll start. Thank you, stranger.
Genuine question. Is there like a Google in this universe? Like, can you just like look it up? Is that a thing? Like, I feel like this was easy to do, but I don't know, maybe in the distant future, but with no like search engines that you can access on a pocket device. Maybe you should listen to your crew from now on.
I think you're right. What is a crew if not people who can remedy a captain's flaws now and then?
A good crew's like family, always there to help.
Yeah, that's why you keep me around, right?
Who's shining a light on that guy's face?
Smoothing out your rough edges.
Well, thanks, Captain. What say we head over to the Sprat Shack and I'll buy the first round, just to show there's no hard feelings.
Llama.
Here's my cut. I'd say you've earned it. And here's a little something extra for your time.
You're gonna buy the first round, so he did everything wrong, and then you're gonna reward him for him at the end. I feel like I inhaled something toxic and this has all been a hallucination.
Llama.
I take offense to that. I would know if I was a hallucination.
Be seeing you, and thanks again.
Llama!
If you're a hallucination, you have to tell me. That's the law. Do 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 do. There's a certain weird power of just being able to do that at any time. Let's see. I feel like I hit my primary goals a long time ago, so now I'm just kind of like picking things to pump into. Just 'cause. Crits ignoring all of armor would be a nice thing to reach eventually, yeah. That wouldn't hurt. Because they're getting armory. Armor is becoming a problem. So that leads back to a place that I've also been to before. So I don't need to keep going necessarily. Oh wait, that's where I came from. Just now. I haven't gone this way yet, further in. But I can do that next. Where am I facing? That way, okay. For now, I want to go back and see the llama. So you guys thought that was a llama-shaped rock. Well, he did. One of them thought that, and one of them thought it wasn't that, and the other one is difficult to get an answer out of. So we're gonna take that as an abstain. More like a stain on your record. Ha! I need to know if the rock's shaped like a llama or not. It's worth 30 seconds of running. Was there a warp spot this whole time? No, there was not. But I can warp back to the objective when I'm done, I think. Was it there? I don't remember if it was up there or if it was over there. No, it's here. Yeah. So it was there. Ah! Yeah, I guess you're llama-shaped. I guess. I mean, you're projecting a lot, but it is like animal-shaped. Looks like a dog or something. I would take the most answers as being valid. It's a very minimal shape. What the... Where is that? That's just straight out there. I guess I haven't been that way yet. Well, those things could be a problem later. But not for now. And who cares about future me's problems?
Initiating ocular measurement.
Show the scanner the preserved eye.
Measurement complete. Ocular identification complete. Welcome, Clarence Mostly. Access granted. Welcome to the Office of Creative Incubation.
That's why he said thank you, Clarence Mostly, whoever you are, earlier. Because he had his eye. Isn't Clarence the person people were mad at? I don't remember if it was the shitty boss or if it was the person that was taking the drugs and pissing everybody off. I think it was one of those two. Wow, look, you gotta love it when your logo man holds guns like a scary boy while having maniac eyes. Those are always good signs for PR. Hello?
Mr. Thompson told me 100 times the cannery couldn't afford spare parts for Bess. All while Spacer's Choice was building this?
Yeah. I guess you best go fuck yourself. Messages. Thank you for using blah 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 for the reminder blah blah blah. From Goodfellow, L. Goodfellow, subject reception procedure and protocol. W. McKay. McKay, after some deliberation, I've decided to update your standard procedure and protocol while you operate the front desk. Commit the following to memory. Do greet visitors and coworkers with a smile. Do mention Spacer's Choice brand products and services in your daily greetings. Do monitor and report extended lavatory breaks. Don't mention our surveillance and security system to arriving visitors. Don't talk about the incident. Don't let any auditors into the upper floor under any circumstances. Failure to adhere to Protocol Number 6 will result in demerit on your permanent record. I don't mean to be harsh with you, McKay. You're part of our family too, but also you can go fuck yourself and we can cut you off at any time, like most rich families. Let's open things. Unlock doors. There you go. Everything's open. That's a safe thing to do. There aren't a bunch of like bio-mutants that I'm just letting out, right? Oh god! Here they come.
They got one for Edgewater. Oh, it's just Saltuna. Come on, we got a volcano too.
They don't make the volcano.
Lousiest team that ever did swing a tossball stick.
Is there glass here? Yes.
Proudly located in the bloodstream of the entire Spacers chosen tossball team.
Uh-oh.
Adrena Time, putting the performance in performance-enhancing drugs.
Show your boss that you are prime, because you take Adrena Time.
No.
Keep your aim steady and your trigger finger at the ready. Adrena Time brings out the hero in you.
Show your boss that you are prime, because you take Adrena Time.
Just explicitly, they have a jingle about the idea of take drugs to make your boss happy.
Don't let sleep rob you of your life. Cut your resting hours in half and double your productivity with Adrena Time.
Show your boss that you are prime, because you take Adrena Time.
It feels like that second line has too many syllables. It doesn't sound good. Oh god, that is... yeah, that is the Saltuna factory. And here's where we put all of our people when we told them they weren't pure enough to live. So we put them into a plague ward to all kill each other and told them it was their work ethic's fault. Wow. Mine. Is that another one of the super guns? Yep. All right, now you both do 2,000 damage per second. Enjoy. Please just win all the fights for me now. This looks like a thing from like BioShock or something. I don't know. Like I saw that and it just immediately. I don't know if it was BioShock or not, but it made me think of something. I recognized it hard. That one's money. Our lavish, disgusting bathrooms. Would you like to poop in the open while people have a mirror pointing at you when they wash their hands? Adrena Time! A shiny servo. It's very strange that every time you look at a vending machine, you get experience. Is that how the game always works, or did I get it like a weird ability? I don't know if I would have picked that if it was an option. I usually don't think bonus experience is worth it in games because you're spending skill points that you could just spend on like an actual ability. And like, if you try to do the math, it always seems like you'd have to get a lot of grinding done to actually make enough of a profit on the ability that gave you the bonus experience in the first place for it to even pay for itself, let alone actually give you a second ability worth that gets you ahead by one. It's actually really hard for bonus experience to pay itself off because if you successfully get one extra level than you would have Was it like, I think it's like, I'm trying to think of it, like the one extra level that you would have at first is it only technically kind of paying for itself, but then when you get one ability finally afterwards, that's you finally getting just getting as many abilities as you would have had if you just didn't buy the stupid experience thing in the first place. So it's only when you get 2 new abilities that it finally actually pays for, that actually becomes a profit. And oftentimes it's like, it's like 5% experience. It's like, it's such a minor amount that like over the course of the entire leveling system, and because a lot of these games only have like 20 to 30 levels, like it'll never pay for itself. That means a 5% bonus experience means that when you hit, if it applied to the entire game, when you hit level 20, you'll actually be level 21. Wow. Then you have some games where you have a fucking like experience level, bonus experience talent that has multiple ranks. Hello.
Yeah, now that.
So the game will be expecting you to apply multiple levels worth of points just in getting bonus experience. At that point, you have to have a lot. Like either it has to be a game where you level up just so many times, like hundreds of times, to justify that minor bonus each time, or it's a game where you get huge bonuses for leveling up outside of just the perks, like the stats that go up are so good that it's worth it. Whereas in many cases, a lot of these games, the whole game is scaled around your level, so leveling up is actually not helpful because you don't get stronger than your enemies. In a lot of games, you don't get stronger than your enemies because they keep up with you in level, so you're actually hurting yourself permanently by getting bonus experience, because that bonus experience means that you wasted an entire talent that could have been useful on getting bonus experience that doesn't even help because everybody matches your level anyway. So you actually become permanently weaker than you would have been otherwise. There's almost no games where bonus experience is good if it actually costs you anything. It's different if it's like, hey, I did recruit a friend in an MMO with my buddy, and we get bonus experience together. Like that's not part of the equation. That's not a progression system. That's you getting bonus experience for completely outside reasons. And usually that's the game developer trying to encourage a specific behavior in you that they profit from. So that's insidious for other reasons. A bunch of messages to Goodfellow. From C Mostly, the I used to get in here. On the latest, so this is their is it Clarence or Chance Mostly? I forgot already. This is their computer. Subject: on the latest test results from Human Inquiry with some additional commentary. Mr. Lawrence Goodfellow. Fortuitously, I have had the opportunity to reveal the latest test results from Human Inquiry. I agree with your, and the committee's, general assessment that these tests are unacceptable. The results are, not the tests themselves. Don't get excited that somebody thought something was unethical in the company. The latest experimental sample of Adrena Time demonstrates a 15 out of 17 possible symptoms in my rubric of dangerous, lethal, or otherwise high-risk side effects. I have sent a full report to your desk, the abstract of which is as follows. Adrena Time, in its current state, fails to meet its project standards. By my calculations, Adrena Time users trade short-term improvements in productivity for long-term losses in productivity. Specifically, dead workers are unproductive workers. Whenever a calculation produces an unforeseen result, it is prudent to take a look at one's numbers. Incorrect numbers lead to flawed calculations. If the HIA's calculations are sound, then their numbers, that is to say, the drugs provided by Chem Labs, must be flawed. Your esteemed colleague, Mr. Clarence Mostly. Further analysis on the fundamental problem undermining operations with additional suggestions. Mr. Lawrence Goodfellow, I have not yet received your correspondence regarding my previous letter. I can only assume you are still, to deploy a parochial colloquialism, chewing over my commentary. I have several additional insights which I have collated into an itemized list and sent to your secretary. I feel like your nosy, your involvement in why this is a bad idea led to them just getting you killed or something in order to not deal with it. That seems to be a thing that they do. Or you get sent to Byzantium, but the bad part. Here's my summary. I believe the root of the problem lies in the chem lab. As I mentioned in my previous letter, incorrect numbers lead to flawed calculations. The problem must therefore be found in so I am reading these from top to bottom, and that's chronological order, apparently. Right? But on another computer, I read them from top to bottom, and it was reverse chronological order. They can't... every game with computers, please normalize your formatting. I'm looking at you, Y2K. And please normalize what order you're supposed to read the emails in. It's always backwards. It flips back and forth, and it's like I just want to read the story in the correct order. But like it was wrong last time, and this time it's right, and I'm doing it the same way. As I mentioned in my previous letter, incorrect numbers lead to flawed calculations. The problem must therefore be found in Dr. Jasper Lowe and his stewardship of the chem lab. Dr. Lowe is a notoriously lackadaisical and careless manager, with a, pardon my language, a poor scientist. Chem lab must provide HIA with a safe, high-quality, carefully refined drug with which to conduct tests. This slapdash, artless, high-risk formula chem lab has been delivering to HIA can only result in unacceptable test results. I understand that safety and high-quality development are often antithetical to the corporate strategy of Spacer's Choice, but in my life I have found that the perspective of an outsider can be helpful. Awaiting your response. The response is probably going to be your termination, both at job and life. One way or another, I'm holding your eye right now, so it's not a good sign. Encouraging words on the nature of practice and leadership with additional insights. Mr. Lawrence Goodfellow, your response to my previous 2 letters are conspicuous in their absence. Based on my analysis of your personality type, dietary habits, creepy, patterns of speech, and mode of dress, I must conclude with reasonable certainty that your silence stems from trepidation and anxiety. Are these written by data or something and not a person? If I might presume to offer you some advice cultivated after years of living in Byzantium, may I suggest that your anxiety stems merely from ignorance? You're gonna get killed. Ignorance is the easiest of vices to rectify, and requires only learning and heeding the advice of one's betters. Ooh. The success and failure of any project depends on the readiness of its constituent staff to perform their mandated duties. Scientists perform experiments. Researchers research. Managers manage. When one of these roles acts outside its limitations, chaos is introduced into the system. Take heart. You need not fear the burden of management. The secret of good leadership is strong oversight combined with careful, fastidious, numerically driven, and scientifically supported management. The turbulence experienced by this project is emphatically not the fault of the OCI. However, it is the role and duty of the OCI to fix these problems. Ours is the only department capable of riding the ship of innovation in the waters of chaos. With paternal affection, Mr. Clarence Mosley. You're super dead, and I bet your emails got you there. The best idea since pre-sliced bread. Why is it spelled that way? What is bread with an E? What is that? I'm scared. From OCI Cerebral Committee to OCI Department of Strategic Branding, unacceptable results. The OCI Cerebral Committee has hereby decided by unanimous vote that the recent test results from Human Inquiry and Auditing, HIA, are unacceptable, untenable, and unsatisfactory. This message is an informal expression of our dissatisfaction, which will be formally declared by memorandum in the near future. While the committee recognizes the marketing potential of insomnia and chemical dependency, The remaining side effects described in HIA's latest report are incompatible with the OCI's vision of the Adrena Time product. Corporate auditors will expect to see a product that dramatically improves the long-term productivity of Spacer's Choice workers by reducing the need for rest and mitigating the effects of long-term melancholia. The product delivered to HIA induces psychosis, violent behavior, paranoia, and alarmingly, disobedience. The OCI cannot accept a product that transforms long-term users into dissidents. The damage to our corporate image will inevitably benefit our rivals at Auntie Cleo. Unanimously, OCI Cerebral Committee. So yeah, so Lucky was wrong. He was like, they're secretly planning on using it on dogs. Everything else was a front. They never planned on doing it. They clearly did. They're having a whole fucking internal crisis about it. At the very least, it's not a never. From Goodfellow to the OCI Cerebral Committee, relax. To my colleagues at the OCI Cerebral Committee, I share your concerns, but not your alarm. In times like these, I encourage you to recall a passage from our Spacer's Choice user manual. The failures of subordinates must never become the failures of leadership. The meaning is simplicity itself. HIA has failed to deliver acceptable results because they have failed to perform their professional obligations. My esteemed colleagues, you and I possess a number of law-given qualifications, but we have not been relegated to lab code work. Let me reiterate, we are not test tube jockeys, we are leaders. HIA's purpose is to deliver test results. Our purpose is to deliver a quarterly report. I'll let you reach out to Miriam Kumara at Strategic Branding. Have her team clean up HIA's report. Trim the fat and tuck in its guts. Make it look presentable to our auditors. And then the response. Data presentability and empirical hygiene. Oh, it's from Kumara to Cerebral while sending a copy to Goodfellow. Cerebral Committee, my team and I have finished reviewing HIA's latest experimental report. We believe the failure of this report is manifest in its flagrant disregard for company-approved language. To that end, we have drafted a revised report edited with language consistent with Spacer Choice's company vision. The HIA's original report mentions clear evidence of dangerous side effects associated with using Adrena Time product, including but not limited to paranoia, violent confusion, chemical dependence, and dissident adjacent behavior. We propose the following connotative revisions. Dangerous side effects, exciting collateral benefits, paranoia, dramatically heightened attention, violent confusion, physically assertive behavior, chemical dependence, metabolic compatibility, dissident adjacent behavior. Any mention of dissident behavior in this report may encourage dissidence. Recommend cutting the phrase entirely out of respect for our readers. Out of respect for our readers, the people we're openly manipulating by omitting all the information about how our product is dangerous to them. What a world to be alive in. I can't wait. There's so much Adrena Time everywhere. Is it even vendorable? I imagine it's worth nothing. God, these people that were ignoring each other were like 5 feet apart from each other. That makes it funnier. Office culture. Please never again. Welcome, C mostly. Oh, this is their computer? Confusing. I guess the person they were sending messages to was that computer then. I guess that makes sense because it's their inbox and they were receiving it. So this is where mostly's actual computer was. No more intruder defenses here. No C mostly emails. I guess they don't bother having me read any because they just be copies. Well, no, well, they sent them. They didn't receive them. C mostly sounds like kind of like they were just a really annoying person to work with. TBH. Ah. Ew. They were the only ones shining a light on a bad thing that was happening. But it seems like they were doing it entirely because they just wanted somebody else to lose their job that they probably just didn't like. Yeah, these do remind me of BioShock, don't they? It's, the things that give you powers, I think, whenever you find a phasmid out in the wild. I think that's what it looks like. That's why it reminds me. It's one of these here duders. Right, this game gets full of too much like nonsense. Alright, mods. Crit damage or no, sorry, crit damage, go. Ta-da. Oh, it's just magazine size. Let's give it plasma, why not? Give me an element to play with. The Super Scoper. It already has an extendo site installed. And that's as strong as that's gonna get. Well, that's getting expensive. And you can be shock damage. Why not?
Should have to go like that.
Yeah, well, a lot of people do. Oh, we're upstairs from the... Is that where I started? Yeah, I think it is. I mean, we helped a lot of people go like that. Oopsie. Only meant to aim. Did a bit more than aim. Nobody noticed, which is impressive in its own right. Anyway... Everyone dead? Ooh, they're melting. Ooh, they're melting. They're a little fun light show. Instructions. Inebriation procedure and protocol. Mandated by OCI Cerebral Committee. Feeling lethargic after a long day of creative incubation? Having trouble shooting down the bird of inspiration? Let Spacer's Choice help you steady your aim. A selection of company-approved libations are available for purchase. Medicate your creative paralysis with Spacer's Choice 0G Brew. Addendum. All purchases will be deducted from your pay. Spacer's Choice 0G Brew. Official slogan TBD. Open up an entry. Lavinia Campos. Trouble deciding on a font for new department letterhead. Ordered 0G Brew. Lewis Wyatt. Wrote 12 good words today, but can't figure out what order they should be in. 0G Brew. Deacon North. Brainstorming ideas for a new flavor of saltuna. 0G Brew. Lavinia Campos. Still having trouble deciding on a font. 3 0G Brews. Substance abuse as a performance enhancer. Hi. Whoop. I thought I was gonna actually strafe out of the way. That'd have been pretty cool. Oh, because these people are just exploding now.
That's the last of them.
Yeah, they're not exactly standing a chance anymore, are they? Holy crap. I think I broke through the power curve, you guys. Help! Security notice. By order of Lawrence Goodfellow, auditorium projector room must remain sealed until further notice. Please answer any inquiries by visiting auditors with the following pre-approved message. Mr. Goodfellow is excited to inform you that your projector room is undergoing upgrades in preparation for our grand quarterly report presentation. We thank you for your patience. Please return to the reception desk and request a complimentary bottle of 0G brew that will be deducted from your pay. Asterisk. Haha. I added that part, but whatever. On auditing. Dear Sir and or Madam, if you are reading this memo, you are designated concierge of this auditorium. Please commit the following message to your memory while guiding auditors along a tour of our office. What is an auditorium? Spacer's Choice Manual of Definitions describes an auditorium as a place where auditing takes place. Here you will enjoy all the familiar, low-cost, budget-friendly amenities that make Spacer's Choice the leading brand in affordable entertainment. Satisfy your posture in our semi-reclining chairs. Enjoy a moderately cold bottle of 0G brew. Relax as you enjoy this special presentation on the Project Gorgon Quarterly Review, brought to you by the Office of Creative Incubation. No report this quarter. Everyone, I'm going to be blunt because I want you to understand the gravity of the situation. Someone, or several someones, sabotaged our quarterly reports. They're all gone. Irretrievably damaged. The Cerebral Committee is putting our heads together to come up with a solution. We hope to have one before the auditors arrive. In the meantime, here's what I need you all to do. Do not, under any circumstances, talk about the sabotage to anyone outside our office. We need to soften the language. Studies showed that repeated use of the word sabotage can incite sabotage in people who lack moral fiber. I'm not taking any chances. I need you all to come up with an alternate way to describe the sabotage, something like the incident, but not so obvious. I think we've already heard it referred to as the incident, haven't we? We've received all your suggestions. After much deliberation, the Cerebral Committee has unanimously voted to refer to the sabotage as the incident, the thing that we said in the first place. Your suggestions never mattered. We just pretended that it was some kind of group choice, but actually, as you can tell, we used the thing that we said at the beginning with the stuff in the thing. We always knew, you don't matter to us. Bye!